Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy Nick from On the Foot Market. I don't have headphones right now because I don't know why. I don't know where they went. They're not here, so I don't have headphones for today's video. But guys, a very important video today. Nonetheless, Champions League is on again today, and I'm so excited, man, because Champions League is the best. I know a lot of you guys in yesterday's video of Champions League actually probably made a lot of money because I was kind of hinting that PSG players were really low and no risk, and they did go up a lot. We're going to talk about a lot of the different market things today. I'm going to give you guys some updates personally on my account and just talk about UCL cards in general. I sold one live Kimpembe yesterday for some big-time profit. Bought that at $290, sold at $410, and that was really good. Guys, I want to let you guys know, between you and me, so we're on the same page. You guys know I've finished like elite 10 weekends in a row, a 28, a 30-0, a bunch of 26s, some 25s, some 24s, some 23s. I sold Neymar and Ramos, guys. It's not really about really full-on getting liquid. It kind of is. I want to get back to a little bit more trading. I want to do a little bit more back on the menu grind, back on that kind of grind. And to be honest, this patch for me, man, I adjusted to it. I got better at it, but the RNG and the luckiness that you have to get to win some games and the missed shots. I actually quoted some tweet last night about a pro who usually gets 30-0, got 26-4, and all the chances he missed in Weekend League. It's just, I'm not going to deal with it until they either patch the game or we're going to wait till FIFA 20. So we'll play casually. I'll end up buying gold Neymar and gold Ramos, kind of rock out the untradeable team for the rest of the year. And we'll make some untradeable upgrades as we go. We'll still play the Weekend League there and then. We'll still go Elite 3, Elite 2, that kind of thing, but nothing crazy in terms of that. So let's get into the discussion today about Champions League and the market. So today is a Wednesday. Team of the Week is going to be coming out very, very soon. Guys, Friday is going to be nuts. I'm going to have a crazy stream over on Twitch on Friday, so make sure you guys are following that. You guys can hop in there. I'll be live after Champions League today. It's going to be nuts. There's winter upgrades, Bundesliga Player of the Month. What else? Maybe we're getting ones to watch with Team of the Week, with ones to watch SBCs, maybe Team of the Week SBCs, new icons and packs, so maybe some lightning rounds, and things like that. It's gonna be wild. So make sure you guys are in the stream on Friday. It's gonna just be a damn good time. Like, to be honest, besides anything going on in FIFA, whenever we have a lot going on, the streams are always really, really, really fun. So make sure you guys get on in there. What I wanted to talk to you guys about today, though, was these UCL live cards, obviously. Now, these UCL live cards, gentlemen, are important. These are all the ones today that are playing. And so, yeah, let's talk about these. So, all these guys today, these are the games today. It's Benzema, Madrid versus Ajax, and then Spurs versus Dortmund. Madrid is on the road, and Spurs are at home versus Dortmund. So, as you guys saw yesterday, whoever scores, whoever does well in these games explodes in value, right? Like that player specifically, or their team, when their team does well, does really well. Really quick, let's clear up a few things. So some people are saying, hey, Nick, I have a Kimpembe. Why is it not upgraded? Why is my Kimpembe not upgraded? It's very simple, guys. EA, in my opinion, they do an upgrade, right? So these cards get upgraded if they win the first round game. If they win the first round game, they're going to get an upgrade, an inform upgrade. Now, I think EA is going to wait until next week, till the next week games are. I think that's what they're going to do to kind of try to screw over investors. So I think they will wait until next week's games. I'd be surprised if they upgraded these cards this week. But hey, by all means, if EA does that, go for it. But the reason why these guys are such a hot topic is because they're such high market movers, because there's so much hype around the potential. People buy into the potential of these cards, which would be the end game rating. So I have a Davinson in my club. I'll probably sell them before the game. I don't really hold these cards or recommend holding these cards for the game. Rather, you should sell them before the game. Or you should, for the whole game, you should sell them before the game. That's kind of the gist of these cards, is the best move is to sell them pre-game, if you guys understand that. So, let's get into the video a little bit more, and let's talk about some of the prices of some of these cards. Obviously, Davinson Sanchez is 420. I would expect him to go up more today. I think he's got a lot of hype around him. I think you will see this card climb and climb and climb as we get towards game time. And I think Spurs are looking, even though I'm a Spurs fan, looking good today. We'll see. If I were to give you guys picks for today, I'm not a predictor, but yesterday we did well. I think the Spurs Dortmund game will be a draw, but I just have a feeling that Spurs are going to score first, which is all that matters. I don't know. I think it's going to be a draw for them. And then I think the the Ajax Madrid game. I mean, I think on paper, obviously Madrid's a better team, but I think they're going to either draw or win by a goal. I think that game's going to be close until they go back to Madrid. But Madrid's been playing well. So would I really get involved with any of the Madrid players today? Well, Nacho Fernandez is 250. To be honest, guys, like his max is 270. And then what's the other one we got to look at? So that's that one. And then I believe it's Benzema. And Benzema's 330. Now, that's why I think that Davinson and I think that some of the Dortmund guys are going to go higher. I don't think the result today of the Madrid game is any profit in it. Benzema at 330 kind of is similar to Alexis Sanchez to me. Where, look, his inform is 40K. You don't see Benzema in foot champs. You don't see it. You just don't see it. There's no way that Benzema is going to be a player, guys, that is going to be worth his value, regardless of his rating, regardless of his card. So that's something that you guys have to be, like, realistic with. So I don't even know if Madrid... I think there's money in this Spurs/Dortmund game because people don't know the outcome right now. People are confused. People are lost. And, like, if you were to compare it to Davinson to Van Dijk, okay, guys, if Davinson gets another upgrade, he's going to fly. That's just... We got to be realistic. He's going to go up a lot if Davinson gets another upgrade. So I think that the market is not sure who's going to win today. And so I think if you're looking for money, make sure you guys are watching the game. That's all I can tell you guys. Watch the damn game today, that Spurs-Dortmund game, because whoever is winning, whoever's up, is going to go up a lot. I was saying this, if this Philip guy, because they do inform upgrades, if Dortmund wins today, this guy is going to be extinct for a long time. He's going to go to 130, and he's not going to come back. This guy will go to an 86 rated striker with a win today. Now, that might be next week, but the way that the UCL process works, guys, and I've had a lot of arguments with people about this recently, go look at the FAQ. If a team wins the first game of this two-leg round of 16, they get upgraded. That's how it works. Now, it's just when does EA upgrade it? I think it's not until next week. So, obviously, these cards are like ones to watch. They're going to go up a lot when something happens. They're going to start going down as the majority of people sell. And then over time, they're going to build up, in my opinion, when we get that upgrade. That's when they're going to build up. So you've got some looks right now that honestly you could start to make for next week. I think Fabinho's not a bad one. Renato Sanchez, I'm very big on because people like this Renato Sanchez. If Bayern goes up in that game, Renato's going to go to like 350. So you could be looking at 100,000 coins a card. Now, obviously, guys, a lot of these cards, you're going to play the risk of potentially a big panic sell if the card goes down. Like if Spurs go down today, Davinson's going to go down like 100K in my opinion. It's stuff like that I can totally see happening. It makes sense to me that stuff would happen. So take a look out. Make sure you're watching out for that stuff. This is the second live team. Felipe Luis plays next week. In my opinion, it's crazy that Felipe Luis for this card, what you're getting for this card is 60,000 coins. But in my opinion, he's got the potential to go extinct. I think he's going to go really high next week. So if you do have one and you bought in that one with my in the club, you should probably consider selling that next week. Don't sell that yet. James has more rise to continue to go up. Pulisic today is 55. He was 50 last night, so he's going to continue to rise today as the game goes on. I think the way the market is shaping to me right now, and yesterday I could tell you guys that Man United was predicted to win. The market right now is kind of telling me that Dortmund is going to win this game. Pulisic is up a lot. And I got to tell you guys right now, this card has a lot of supply. So just keep that in mind. Dortmund's on the road. I don't know how to feel about this game. I am a Spurs fan, but I always really evaluate Spurs games. I'm very confused with this one because I know Royce is not playing for Dortmund. Kane's not playing for Spurs. I wouldn't really say Dele's that. So I think Spurs are going to still rock the Son, Eriksson. I think Lamela is going to play with Lucas, which is still like a sick front line. Musa Sissoko's been playing well. It's going to be very interesting to see because Dortmund is doing so well in the Bundesliga, how they're going to do over here. I'm very scared of Sancho, obviously. So Dortmund does have some really good players, but the market for me overnight, the market is telling me that Dortmund's going to win because nice, Nick. That's really nice. You dropped your controller. Overnight, the Dortmund cards have climbed the most. They've all gone up about 5,000 to 10,000 coins more, whereas Aurier and Davinson, yes, they're up a lot, but they ain't up a ton. They're not up as those Man United. I think as we get closer to game time today, you will see these cards continue to climb and climb and climb, most likely, and that's something that makes sense to me. Guys, there's a lot of coins in these cards. Like, we have to be honest. If you have coins right now, these are the cards that you should be focused on. If you want to make coins right now, if you want this to be one of your big last spurts before team of the season, you should have your mind in this place. You should be looking lives. As we get closer to, especially next week we've got another round. I think it's in 2 or 3 weeks when they do the second leg. You should just be liquid, man. Be ready to go, right? Like, because these cards just turn on the game. And I know I always get the counter argument of people saying, hey, Nick, can you just shut up for 1 second about the market and just watch the damn game? I do watch the game. I think this adds a really realistic betting feel to it, which is really fun. And I think these cards make a certain aspect of FIFA almost like a trading card game, which it is kind of now at this point because the gameplay sucks. But I think this is a really fun way yes, it sucks when you lose coins, but when you make coins off these, it's really, really fun. Something that I wanted to talk about is I think that Suarez next week is going to hit 2 mil for the Barca game. Just giving you guys that heads up. Another quick thing that we should discuss is this. Europa League cards are different. I believe they don't upgrade until the round of 16. I'm not exactly positive, but I'm just telling you this, and I was speaking about this with a few other investors last night in DMs, and what we were talking about was the fact that let me give you 2 cards, Ben Yedder and Perisic. If cards like those two get big margins of victory in the first round, you could expect their cards to jump up a lot because people are going to say, oh, okay, they're going to do well, or I'm going to back them. You know what I'm saying, guys? So that was something as well that we started discussing and being like, all right, well, that would make sense, and that would happen. So that's what we're thinking. Now, there's some interesting situations that we've been presented with where Tejas now, I get blamed for pronunciations all the time. Tejas is now 210 and they're down, but they have an away goal. So don't count that one out. And I wouldn't back Florenzi like crazy that Roma's going to win. I'm not saying that Roma wouldn't win. Florenzi's 284. That's going to get another upgrade. 2 cards, guys, that I could show you the terrors of trading with these cards. The terrors of what could happen to Spurs or Dortmund today, regardless of that, or not regardless, but what happens as a result. Alexis was 340 yesterday. Now that they got killed, 180. Lingard got down to 110 yesterday. He was up at 280 pre-game. Just make sure, guys, if you're unsure about a result, if you don't have the balls, just sell, man. There's no point of you guys going crazy pre-game. Just sell, man. Don't be that guy. Take the money before the game. Some cards are really interesting to me right now that I'm looking into and I'm not sure about. Sterling is one of them. I think Sterling is going to continue to go up with upgrade hype. But also with Sterling is Virgil van Dijk, and I think that these two really interest me for next week. The only problem is they're getting big upgrades, and usually when upgrades happen on FIFA, cards crash when they actually get the upgrade. So that worries me a little bit with these guys long term. It's a little worrying for me. I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about these two guys, even though I want to get in with them. I think Sterling, realistically, when all is said and done, will be 500 plus next week. I have an off prediction today that if Spurs do well, where Davinson would go up probably 200K, 150K, Van Dijk's going to go, I think, to $1 million next week pre-game. If people see how much Davinson goes up today, if people see how much the market will actually pay for Davinson Sanchez, I think you're going to see a very, 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 very big rise on the likes of a card like Van Dijk. I think that would happen. This market is crazy, guys. Fabinho, I would say, is a really good look as well. I'm very, very interested in Fabinho. I think Fabinho's got a lot of hype to his card, and I think he will rise next week 100%. You could expect Liverpool players to almost mirror Manchester United players. They have that same amount of hype, regardless of what the papers are writing, regardless of what bettors are saying. They have the same amount of hype, in my opinion, as Manchester United, and you guys can expect these guys to definitely rise up a lot today. So, not even today, for next week. I think once today's games finish, everyone is going to do the mirror effect of what happened yesterday, which is people start to buy into tomorrow's games. That should happen today, in my opinion. It will happen. Where people today, once today's games are finished, whether they lose or make wins today, everyone's going to say, okay, let's go for next week's games. Something else to point out, you're going to see a little bit of a bump on Juventus cards. Cuadrado's going to go up, in my opinion. But more importantly, Douglas Costa, in my opinion, is probably going to hit 500 plus next week. These are all investments that you guys could potentially make for next week. If you have a lot of coins sitting around and you're not too invested in this week's games, these are things that you could look into. Kimpembe is interesting. Let's talk about Kimpembe. This is interesting because he's going to get an upgrade. It's just a matter of when. I think after today's games, you can see some hype on this card. The best time to buy this card and the best scenario that you can hope for is that EA does not upgrade these cards at all this week, and these get panic sold on Friday with everything else going on. that's when you go in. That's when you should strike on these cards and just go ham, man. That's, in my opinion, the best way you could make coins on these cards. Is if Friday you get a little bit of panic via promos, via upgrades, via so much going on FIFA that you get a little panic on these cards. That would be, in my opinion, the best situation where you could maximize the potential amount of coins that you would make. Guys, that's going to be it today. I just want to do a UCL live update for you guys. I'm going to have another video going up later today on upgrades, Bundesliga, everything, talking about everything going on Friday because there is so much. Guys, best of luck to everyone who's investing today, going ham on stuff. I wish you guys all the best. You guys know that. Thank you to everybody for tuning into the video, and I'll see you guys in the video soon. Peace out.